What is going on, guys? Pal in the shop, and tonight we're going to be talking about this budget-friendly killer 383 stroker. Let's check it out. So I wanted to share the dyno results of this 383 stroker. I'm going to be installing this in a C10 coming up for a buddy of mine, good customer, in his 80-something C10. It is a build that a lot of you guys are looking to put together, and it kind of checks off the boxes that you guys, I've noticed that you guys comment about. Number one, it's a street motor, but it runs on pump gas at all, 10-to-1 compression, no problem. It has the idle that everyone's looking for, that nice choppy idle, but yet it still retains enough vacuum that you can run power brakes with it. It has tons of low-end torque. It makes close to 500 foot-pounds of torque and also close to 500 horsepower, and it doesn't rev to the moon. So a lot of you guys don't want engines that rev really high. They want street motors, stoplight to stoplight stuff. So this motor's definitely the one that'll do that. It has a roller cam, no flat tappet stuff. It's a full roller valve train in this thing. All that put together, it also is an economic build. It doesn't use super high-end exotic parts. We use, a budget-friendly cylinder head, but we're using parts that are economic but not crappy parts. So it's a good engine without blowing a huge budget. So I feel like that's why, for a lot of guys, this is what they're looking at building, and I hope it answers some questions for you guys. So I'm going to give you a quick breakdown of what we have in this thing, and then comment below if you have any more questions, because I'll make a more detailed video with part numbers and stuff, but this will just be the quick overview of the engine with the dyno results. And like I said, just comment below and I'll try to go through and make sure those questions are answered coming up. So real quick, it's an 880 block, so a late model block, which is nice for options for a cheaper roller cam setup. It's a 2-bolt main, ARP studs. It's a basic Eagle rotating assembly with a 12cc dish piston. It's got 10-to-1 compression with the 64cc combustion chambers we have here. The cylinder heads are NKBs from Skip White, 200cc, 64cc chamber, 202 intake valve, 1.6 exhaust. I did some minor cleanup, back cut the valves, to some basic stuff. I have videos about that. I'll post some links below if you guys want to check that out. The camshaft, so the camshaft I actually got from Richard Holdner probably 4 years ago. It's a custom grind comp cams camshaft. It's 230, 236 at 50, 280, 288 at 6. It's got a 361 lobe and a 355 on the exhaust, so that'll give you 577 lift on the intake, 572 on the exhaust with a 1.6 rocker arm. I used this at a comp cams high energy roller rocker, so it's got a full roller valve train. It's a 107 lobe separation. So what's kind of neat about this cam, it's kind of like an XR 282 kind of cam, but it's on a 107 lobe separation angle, and I installed it at 104. So it's got that nice tight lobe separation angle, which really helps with torque. The intake is a Summit Stage 3 air gap intake with the Vortec bolt pattern, because the NKB heads will take the Vortec and the regular small block pattern. So that's a real nice dual plane intake. Actually, I feel like they used to be cheaper. They've kind of gone up in price, but I guess what hasn't. That's it. So let's take a listen at a dyno run. I'll give you the dyno results, and I also have a clip of the idle if you guys are wondering what the idle sounds like. Let's check it out. Holley 750 carburetor we used, Hei Distributor, 37 degrees of total timing. The headers we used were 1 3/4 chassis headers, nothing fancy. So with our best peak of the day, this was a little bit of a slightly cooler coolant temp in the 160s. The baseline run was in the 180s, but the best peak of the day was 485.46, and the best torque, that was horsepower, 485.46 horsepower at 5,700. and our best torque was 494.72 at 4,600. For our baseline, this is with the tapered combo flips upside down. It's a better curve overall. The peak for horsepower was 481 at 5,600 and 493.61 at 4,500. So pretty much the same. So this thing makes close to 500 foot-pounds of torque and about 400 at 485 horsepower. And that was on 91 pump gas. You put a little bit bigger carburetor on there. We could have got probably a little bit more out of it, but I was also kind of planning on running it with, I'm going to be trying Ace's EFI on this thing, and the throttle body flows quite a bit on that Ace's EFI. So if I would have had more time that day, we were dyno testing this in that 406 in the same day, so it was a bit of a time crunch. So we weren't able to run the EFI on it, but I would have been curious to see what it made with the EFI, just with that extra airflow. It would have been interesting to see if we would have picked up more, because kind of on the borderline of a 750 carburetor with this thing. So you could go to a slightly bigger carb, but again, it is a street motor. So those few peaks, it's not going to matter for that nice snappy throttle response. So I think we're pushing 480, 45 horse, 500 foot-pounds of torque. This is going in a single cab short box C10. This thing is going to be fun. It's going to be, it makes gobs of torque. It's going to be snappy. It's going to be really great. I'll show you the Ace's EFI fuel injection that we're putting on this thing. So this is gonna be my first time trying Ace's EFI. Honestly, pretty impressed. Never used their system. I always see their ads, and this is ordering this system was the first time I've actually seen one in person. Really nice setup. The linkages, everything seems really nice quality. I did fire it up on the test stand. The thing fired up flawlessly. The CFM of the throttle body, I forget what they advertised, but I got 908 CFM. That's like a wet calculation. Same way you would calculate a carburetor. Obviously, the dry flow is going to be more, but if you were to calculate like a carburetor, it would flow about 900 CFM. So more than obviously a 750. So it would have been interesting to try. But I can't wait to actually put this on here, and the black really matches it really nice, so it's going to look good. And I can't wait to try it in the truck. So I'm going to be installing this and the engine, everything in this C10 in the next couple weeks. So really curious and interested to see how this works out. All right, guys, let me know what you think. So again, this is a nice sounding idle, pump gas, not a high revving engine. You're making almost 500 foot-pounds of torque. From 450 to 500 foot-pounds of torque, pretty much the whole pull. You're making close to 500 horsepower, all within this package that's not going to really break the bank. I mean, everything's expensive, but you're using a good deal on a cylinder head, a Summit intake, not a super expensive rotating assembly. There are room for improvements here, but overall, it's a really good package, and I can't wait to install this in a C10. Comment below if you have any questions. If you like this kind of content, please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. I really appreciate you guys doing that, and let me know what you think. Thanks, guys.